Oh yeah, Grenada, Carriacou, Petite Martinique, Trinidad, Tobago, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Dominica, Martinique, Montserrat. Did I say Dominica? All the Caribbean islands, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Cuba. All your, big up all your whole self. Welcome to another Mikey Live program. And I'm your host, Mikey Hutchinson. And we are coming to you live from the tropical island of Grenada, the spice isle of the Caribbean. Now today we are going to tell you a lot about what's happening here in Grenada as our primary focus. And then we are going to tell you about some other things that are happening in some other Caribbean islands. For example, we have monitored a developing situation in Dominica that we want to tell you about. So we're going to be telling you about that in a moment. Likewise, as it relates to the conversation on the decriminalization of marijuana, we would head to Trinidad and Tobago. But here in Grenada, a man was found dead, believed to have hung himself as police conduct investigation. Of course, we also would like to update you on developments with regards to the conversation on pension restoration and reform. We are also going to tell you about some child safety tips for the holiday season. Has parang music been fading away here in Grenada and by extension Carriacou and Petite Martinique? The gap is back, and some people might wonder, what is Mikey talking about? Well, time will tell. Here's another Mikey Live program for you, and we invite you to stay with us and as well invite your friends to join us on the program tonight. You do so by sharing the program on your wall. All right, so let's go simply do that. We're doing this together right now. Let's share. Let's hit share. We're hitting share right there. Okay, and you're sharing the program so that other people can see that we are on and that we are ready to go. All right, when you do that, trust me, you're making some people happy. All right, and you become an ambassador for the program. So go ahead and share the business. And we want to let you know that this is news discussed, not told, so you understand it's news with a twist. All right, so folks, stay there. We're coming back, and when we come back, is real news in all your Lily Lolo. You know what I mean? When I say real news, I mean real news in all the Lily Lolo. Now, the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Duty Free Caribbean and Colombian Emeralds International and WPG10.
Visit Duty Free Caribbean for all your gift ideas. Duty Free Caribbean offers to you colognes, perfumes, handbags, and much more from top brands you know and love. Duty Free Caribbean. Own the experience this Christmas.
True Masqueraders presents the Johnny Walker Black Face Off 13. Friday, December 21st, the Spice Basket comes alive from 10 p.m. Get your masks on entry. Early bird general tickets $50, regular tickets $60, and early bird VIP premium all-inclusive $250. Regular price $300. Shuttle service from the Melville Street Bus Terminal. Dress code elegant. You must wear black. From Trinidad and Tobago, Patrice Roberts. Team Chaos featuring Naldo and DJ Quinn. Also, Grenada's Finest featuring Wasway. Flash. Vaughn. Your DJ DJs Ice Cool, DJ Danny, and Kevlar Tone International. Tickets available at Grenadian Optical Town and Spiceland Mall, Heather's Boutique, Hankey's Computer, Mitchell's Health and Wellness, Grenada To Go at Maurice Bishop International Airport, St. Andrew's Pharmacy, and Go To Fed. This event is sponsored by Johnny Walker Black, Smirnoff Vodka, Stag, A Man's Bear, Mount Gay Rum, Campari, True Blue Bay Boutique Resort, Leslie Shipping Agency, Grenada To Go, Specialized Automotive, Mitchell's Health and Wellness, Video Moments, Waggy T Rental and Sound Company, We FM Radio, Hankey's Computer, Go To Fed, and On The Spot Hardware. The biggest event to touch down this December in Grenada. True Masqueraders presents Face Off 13. You must wear black.
Experience convenient and affordable learning with online and blended higher education programs from the UWI Open Campus. Access our quality assured degrees, diplomas, and continuing and professional education programs at a pace designed to suit your lifestyle. Ask about our prior learning assessment, which credits previous learning experience and fast tracks the completion of your degree. Own your future. Apply today. For more information, visit www.open.uwi.edu. The UWI Open Campus, opening doors to life-changing learning.
It's 8 deals of Christmas at Cots, December 17th to 24th. Enjoy huge savings each and every day. Shop at Cots for the lowest prices, widest range, and last-minute gift ideas. Plus, shop from the Cots Christmas wish list at the main branch from 4 to 6 p.m. daily for products starting at just $50. 8 deals of Christmas. Get what you need this season. Only at Cots. Cots, bringing value home.
Audio Jungle.
It is often referred to as the biggest night of the year, Old Year's Night. And this year, we head to Spice Basket for a night of melody.
Hello, people. Get ready.
As Island Productions presents, straight out of Trinidad, the melodic Baron. Baron, alongside Grenada's very own Short Breed. Short Breed.
I love it.
One night, 2 artists, 2 bands, one great occasion, melody. Get your limited $60 tickets now from Mitchell's Health and Wellness, Excel Plaza and Spiceland Mall, Gittins Pharmacy, Grandans, St. George's and Grenville, Grenadian Optical, Grandans and St. George's, Unified Caribbean, Esplanade Mall, Maryland Shop, Bellevue, Licks and Bites and Kelly's Hotspot, St. John, Shai's Bar and Pierre's Barber Shop, St. Mark, the Big Line Bar, St. Patrick, Maxie's Bar, St. Andrew, Buy Smart Supermarket, the St. David's Pharmacy, SOG Food, St. David, the event that celebrates the old and kicks off the new year with melody. Baron.
Alrighty folks, so welcome to another Mikey Live once more. If you are just joining us, I think we are really ready now to get into some big stories for the night. Alright, so people, let's give the good, the good, the bad, and the Mikey. Let's go with the good first. Now, the Royal Grenada Police Force Association of Women Police will be hosting its annual Christmas hamper distribution, and that's going to be happening on Thursday, 20th December 2018. Now, the caravan will travel around the island, leaving the police headquarters, that's the Central Division, at around 9:30 a.m., and proceeding towards the Eastern Division via the St. David route and onto the Western Division via the Tivoli, Pointsfield to Sauteurs route. All right, so all your expect that. They're going out and giving like a chanting, or give him a clap, give him a clap, give him a clap. This is a good. Yeah? So big up to the police boy. The RGPF Association of Women Police. The annual Christmas hamper distribution. So that happening tomorrow, boy. So we organize, we're looking good. Alright, big up all the whole self. Oh yeah. There was a buy local campaign. Buy local, B-Y. Local campaign. Alright, and it started off today. The Ministry of Trade, Industry, Cooperatives and CARICOM Affairs today held its first of 2 Christmas buy local campaigns. All right. Now, it happened at the MNIB car park in Grenville. So there's going to be another one, but that was the first. They say they wanted to create some opportunities and things for the local manufacturers and so on. You understand? So that people would see what they have, you know, and you will know what sort of products we have here. Sometimes they have a real good product and thing here, but you don't know about it because they're not getting the exposure that they need. So they had a little business today and thing like that, boy. If you see thing, you know, it's a great opportunity for them to improve on their clientele and so on, and to meet and interact with their customers and vice versa. You understand? So they say it was really good and thing like that. All right. So big them up now. Give them a little clap now. The good we're talking about still. You understand? They have people from all different, you know, businesses and so on, small businesses and so on. Agro processing, I mean the whole thing. Now the next campaign will be held at the Monuch playing field on Friday. Alright? So the organizing business. Thank you for the pictures, Mr. Brian Grimes, right? And big up Sherry as well, you know what I mean? So all that ain't too bad, you know. Give them a clap, no man. We're telling all about the good and all of that. Dead. Put a little thing on the screen and then people feel good, no matter what it is. Yes, all yeah. So the next story that we have to tell all about, boy. All yeah, more money is deducted from public workers. You telling me, boy? Well, it appears that some people who probably did not have monies deducted from their salary the last time, getting money deducted in the business. You know, it is all a part of the protest action for 25% gratuity. Yeah, understand? Remember last month, some of the workers, teachers and public workers saw their pay being docked. You understand? And the government explained that, hey, all of the workers don't get no money. So we are hearing now reports that more money again in the lily low. You understand? More money deducted. Yeah, I mean, we're making it up. That's reports that we're receiving. That more money was deducted in the business. How will they react to this one? Well, we had Rachel Roberts, you know, who is the president of the Public Workers Union, saying, well, how you could do that, man? That is around the festive time and thing. Yeah, I mean, how you, hold on, Rachel. Right, good. How you could do that? You know what I mean? Rachel said, but listen, this is around the festive time, Christmas time, and people, and the business, and that it serves as a sort of intimidation and as some sort of dictatorship and them kind of business. So Rachel and them don't like that. And Rachel and them say, nah, Jed, you can't do that, Jed. So that's them. Now how they will react to this, we don't know. We don't know. Time will tell. Maybe they would have expected it, maybe not. We don't know. You know, but here's what. There will be a meeting, boy. A meeting tomorrow. The Public Workers Union. You understand? They say they are having a meeting as the struggle continues for 25% gratuity. In a release today sent to us, the document says, as promised, the Grenada Public Workers Union, the GPWU, informs all its members that the Executive Council met on Tuesday, 18 December 2018 and discussed pension benefits. In this regard, you're invited, and that's inviting the public workers, right? You're invited to attend a special meeting on Thursday, that is tomorrow, December 20th, 2018 at 2:30 p.m. And that is to determine the way forward in respect to pension benefits to facilitate achieving 25% gratuity. Members are reminded that the Pension Engagement Committee, the PEC, rejected the proposal of 25% gratuity submitted by the Unions and Staff Association, the UNSA, in which 7 different options were put forward to the Pension Engagement Committee. Any proposal of 25% gratuity put forward by the UNSA would violate the Fiscal Responsibility Act, the FRA. So they're saying the PEC remains immovable that any proposal of 25% gratuity put forward by the U&SA would violate the Fiscal Responsibility Act, the FRA. That pension benefits payment commences at age 60. And the Pension Engagement Committee stated that it would put forward a new proposal soonest. Therefore, your voice is extremely important in guiding your union forward as we remain focused on the goal, standing united and firm in defense of pension benefits. Goes on to say, members, you are the union, and in unity, success is assured. Know your rights. We have the power. And you know, we had Minister Oliver Joseph and thing today asking for good sense to prevail and so, and that you're not committing the government to that sort of 25% if they should yield to it, but you're committing the state to that, and it is not and may not be sustainable. All right, and that is the government's position, you know. But we have more on that tonight in the national report. All right, we are moving on. Oh yeah, how we looking? How we looking for time, boy? We are moving on. Also, the next thing that we have to tell all you, you know, we are approaching the festive season, yes, and we have to think about the well-being of our children. All right, and so we have received information from the Child Protection Authority and so on some best practices on what you should do to ensure that your children are safe for the Christmas holiday. It says practice kitchen safety, minimize potential accidents by keeping your children, in particular, out of the kitchen as much as possible. Place sharp objects, matches, and plugged appliances, hot substances, etc., out of the reach of children. You must also understand that you need to give your children age-appropriate gift. Toys are attractive gifts, but put safety first. Read the packaging information to ensure that the toys are suitable for the children's age and developmental stage. You understand? Now have a trusted and responsible adult supervise your child in your absence. You understand? Don't say, okay, because somebody is available means that they are suitable. You see, there's a difference in availability and suitability. You could say Uncle Jim in a walk, so you could bring the child by Uncle Jim. But what about when Uncle Jim is an alcoholic? What happens if Uncle Jim is somebody who's busy although he is home? So you understand, find somebody who's suitable to monitor your child, Jed. You understand? Also, make sure that you can trust them. Teach your children to be appreciative and content. Eh? You know, they have a toy already, they have something, but they want something else, and they're crying for it, and they're just giving. When they can't get it, they go thief. You understand? So teach your child the importance of being content. Don't figure, well, you know, it's one child I have, oh, and it's only $20, let me give it to the child. And then the next thing's out, oh, it's only $15, let me give them. The child starts to cry, you know what, let me just buy it so you wash him out. Listen, you are teaching your child a bad habit. And when they can't get it, when they go there and they can't get it, as mommy and daddy just give them, they go thief. You understand? So don't teach your child indirectly to be a thief. Teach them to be content. All right? And, of course, people, make sure that you have open communication with your children. You understand? You know, around Christmas, you just give them a little leeway. Yeah, they could get a little leeway, like Christmas Eve and things like that, but make sure that you know where they are. Call them now and then and say, where you there? You know, make sure everything is okay. Ting. You know what I mean? Right, don't give them free rein because it's Christmas and all years and then kind of be because they could get in a health trouble. You know what I mean? I think I lose my virginity one around Christmas Eve too. But that's not a joke, that's serious business. I'm saying this to say, boy or girl, make sure that you know where your children are. We're moving on. Now we go next story. Earlier, a man was found dead today, and the police, they are looking into that. You know, they're investigating what may have happened. You understand? It's a 64-year-old, you know. They're investigating the death of a 64-year-old man. He's actually from Marley St. Patrick. Elias Redhead. According to reports, he was found hanging at his home this morning, sometime just close to the midday time this now. You understand? They responded, police said that they responded to a call and they found the body of Mr. Redhead dangling from the roof, you know. Dangling from the roof, people caught around neck and stuff like that, you know. Ah, boy. Now, according to reports, police are really investigating this. It is believed to be a case of suicide. You understand? But according to reports, an autopsy will be conducted on the body of Redhead to determine the actual cause of death. You understand? They say Mr. Redhead may have had some stress, mourning the loss of a close companion recently, and so they don't know, you know, if it had anything to do with that. You understand? But they are investigating the matter. If all you realize, we've been having a lot of cases like that involving elderly citizens, 60-something like elder, you know what I mean? Before we used to hear 25-year-old man do this, or 30-year-old. Things have really changed on people. Really changed, boy. Before you hear is a 40-year-old, 35-year-old. You understand? These days, 70, 75. We ain't making it up. Check the history, our own history, recent history too. Then you hear little girls. You remember that little child in Springs there? You hear little children. You know what I mean? Let me that talk, yeah. Let me that talk. You know what I mean? I don't really want to get too emotional on that. So anyway, they are investigating this, you know, and we endeavor to bring you a report on that, you know, soon, as we get more information from the police. Yeah, audio. So it was a week of parang music in Kareku. Weekend gone day by. Now there was no competition this year, but still they had a nice little thing. You understand? An open air kind of session, they say, you know, because they have to do it anyway. So they do their thing. You understand? And there were a few bands who participated. We give you this special report by KOMG Productions.
The 2018 Karaku Parang Festival was held at the Hillsborough Vendors Market grounds. At this year's festival, there wasn't any competition among the participating bands. 4 bands appeared on stage. They are Ghetto Youths, Sulas, BC Ulcers, and the Rhythmists.
Tell the committee for me. Anybody we catch them already, the bar and drum beat. Squeeze their chest so they will in on them. Those they retain. It is a fun we gonna get the way. Tell them voices. We hitting them all in the middle. In sweet carrot. Tell me who make the parang. We want to sing on one of you. Tell me who make the parang. We want to call the name in the bank. It's time for man going. We going, blowing and snowing. Say we searching for interest, just to build up with business. Some of them don't like parang, but they're still going and do their wrong. But if you tonight we make you shame. See we calling parang. Look trouble, don't put this year. They say they have been open air, like the committee, the other plan. You can get rid of the long man, but the committee a drama. More drama, I'm get to use like real drama. Real drama. Get to use with it. La la la. This is start with it. La la la. I can hear you. 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 La la la. Rock me down now. We living in a short time country. Don't tell nobody. We living in a short time country. Go. We living in a short time country. Don't tell nobody. Living in a short tight country. Don't tell nobody.
Though it was not a competition, Ghetto Youth was the people's choice. Also making appearances on stage was Leke, Hess, Ajamo and his band, and Impulse from Trinidad.
All right, Mr. Mark, thank you for that report and audio. Now, we spoke to the CEO of the Grenada Cultural Foundation about that, about the perception that parang music is dying and so on. We're going to come to that. We also spoke to her about the origin of parang music and where is parang music heading. You know, now we cannot argue that it has taken slightly a different turn. It's different from what it used to be. Here is her take on it.
Well, let us look at parang music and let's see how parang music actually came as a very important genre of music at Christmas time in Grenada. Mikey, I don't want to put a feather in my cap, but I am one of the main persons who introduced parang, and I'm talking now, I'm going to from the inception. Soca parang was very, very much big in Trinidad and Tobago. In Grenada, we only see about I want a piece of pork for my Christmas, and you know, Wizard song. Well, Wizard was the first Grenadian to make a parang song. He did it in Venezuela. Nobody really knew much about it, but it was there. And I decided to take the bull by the horn and started something called Christmas Palava. In those days, maybe 20, you were pretty small at that time. A mixture of the soca parang and the traditional parang from people like Charlene Boudram and Daisy Voisin and these people. So you don't hear that anymore in the Grenada context. But I had that mix, and I would always get the new releases out of Trinidad, and it caught on in Grenada. And this encouraged our artists like Ajamo, Steve Theodore, Muscles, and these guys to start singing soca parang. But then Karakou heat up with the Malay parang. It became something that people started attaching themselves to and wanting in Grenada to listen to the radio station. And between Spice Capital and YSFM, we're known for bringing the Karakou parang every year. Of course, we talk about Jericho and men from the mainland. And what a lot of people don't know, Mikey, is that this stemmed from YSFM's relationship with Karakou parang. Jericho and a group of us would go up to Karakou to bring the parang. I would be an MC. Alban as well used to be MCing with me with this parang thing. And Jericho literally made a challenge that, hey, we're going to come up here and take over the parang one of these days. Came back to Grenada, and himself and Lion and a few others got together and decided to call themselves Men from the Mainland, because they were coming from the mainland into Karakou. And that is how this thing started. But you know what? It was a fun thing. It was a fun to the extent where when these guys first started to go to Karakou, lines were something that Jericho used to write in his hand. He used to be playing the talk. He would write, you see a piece of paper, line up on the talk with the lyrics on it, because it was fun. They didn't go to win, they didn't go to, you know. And this is how Men from the Mainland started with this parang thing. And then you have people like Lele and all these other guys now picking up onto this parang, Malay parang thing, and trying their best to be as good as the guys in Karakou. Well, you come across people like Rhino, may he rest in peace, and Leftis and these guys. They were the test, you know. The music accompaniment, again, made a big difference in the Karakou parang as opposed to the Grenada parang. Because if you notice, a lot of the Grenada Malay parang, you hear the computerized music. Whereas in the Karakou parang, you hear the strings. So you got a sweeter, nicer kind of melody there, you know. Well,
and so we ask her, what do you think is missing? What needs to happen for the parang music, as it is perceived to be dying on the mainland in particular? And here's what she had to say about that.
I believe it it had a climax, and we're seeing it coming down on the other side now. There was a climax when everybody wanted to hear what these guys singing about. It is not as big as it used to be. What has maintained itself more, to me, is the Ajamo and the Steve Theodore and the Muscles and that sort of parang, yeah? Which is more of a soca parang, a cleaner parang to the Malay parang. Some other artists, call them that if you want to, have tried, and some of them fail real big time. And then you have the fun people like the Dillian Walters and them with their poke thing, and you know, which is fun and laughter. It doesn't really get into the heavy kind of borderline kind of lyrical content like some of the others would. But I think generally we're seeing a decline in this, and that decline also has a connection to the fact that serenading in Grenada has literally died. You can literally say that. You don't hear the groups on the trucks passing in the night. I remember the vibrant Birch Grove group that used to go all around the island. You had Laddie Duncan in those days on a truck with a band in the middle of town on Christmas Eve day. And you don't have that anymore. So the aspect of serenading no longer exists in Grenada as it used to. And once you have that, when you think about people serenading long ago, and they come to your house, they're coming to sing about you. They're coming to sing about the neighbor, the cutting in their thing, and how their Christmas tree look, and if they give them a piece of ham or they give them a, you know, that doesn't happen anymore. So it is expected that these things would definitely deteriorate until we do something to try and see how we can resuscitate the whole serenading aspect. We'll lose it completely.
And your opinion, your expert opinion is really appreciated on this. In fact, this year, folks, we have seen the birth of the Parang train by the Tourism Authority, Sister Isle Radio, I think it was, Arena Mills and Leftists and those guys who have really done a great job this year in taking the Parang to the streets, serenading in the street, as Shama was alluding to a moment ago. And if we can continue that, and I see no reason why they shouldn't, I think that is going to see the rebirth of the whole serenading aspect of the Parang, the Malay Parang. Folks, 3 words: Gap is back. Check it out.
Okay, pleasant good day to you in Grenada. This is the Gap man. Some of you have listened to me for the past few years. I am back in Grenada, and I'm back again with the Gap pill. It's the new, the improved version, and not only new and improved. This product has 50 more tablets than what you are accustomed with. This product will cleanse your blood. It will cleanse your blood, improve your blood circulation, and not only would it cleanse your blood, improve your blood circulation, but this product would also help you if you are diabetic, if your sugar is high, your sugar is low, or if you have high blood pressure or spider vein. And men, it is very, very, very good for the Tokolux. I'm telling you, it is very, very good. And so today I don't have much time, so I have to run through this thing quickly. So I want you to know, this is sold for over $200 for 200 tablets. Today, your price, the first 5 of you that will call Karen, Karen, or call my phone in Grenada, 14, I'm giving you the number, 1473-403-3225. Again, 473-403-3225. If you call this number now, you will get this not for 2 something, you'll get this for $180. You're getting 250 tablets more. You're getting more for less. So call this number right now. And again, it will cleanse your blood. It will regulate your pressure, your sugar, your cholesterol, triglyceride level. It will help improve your blood circulation, help you with varicose vein, spider vein, and men. There is the additional benefit. It will help, Tokolux, give you a better erection, help you to, it gives you the unction to function. And this particular product, it's a new one on the market. If you go on the website, you'll see whey protein. This particular product in the United States is sold for $68. And we are giving this to you today. I was trying to figure out what is your exchange rate and so we are giving you this for what? $200? I think it's $200. I think it's $200. You're getting that for that. So please take up your phone and call Karen. And I say call Karen right now and get this product at 473-403-3225. What does this product do, you might be asking? This is an immune booster. Do you know that your body needs something called glutathione? Your body produces that, but you cannot buy that in a store. So there's something that is called cysteine. Cysteine is what produces glutathione. And once that helps is the mother of all antioxidants. And if you do understand antioxidant, cancers is when pathogens gets into your cell, corrupt it, and you get cancers. This will clean, boost your immune system, protect you from cancer. If you have cancers, you have HIV, you have sugar, pressure, this is very good. Kidney failure, this is a tremendous product. Do you know that even John Legend is advertising this product for us? That's how good and how powerful this product is. I am saying to you, take up your phone and call Karen. It's $80, whatever it is, multiply that by what? $80 for it. So you call Karen and get this. Remember, you can call all during the day. You can get this product. Remember, your health is your wealth. Call 473-403-3225. Again, you need to get this. You need to get this. Call your family and your friend. It will boost your immune system. It will take pains away from your joints and everywhere. Increase your energy level. And I'm saying, give me a call now. Okay, give me a call now, right now. And I'm looking forward to your call, looking forward to serve you. You'll be hearing more from me in a while. God bless you, and talk to you later.
Well, partners, how long I have to wait? Whoa, what I'm saying is, how long? Because, you know, they say the proof of the pudding is in the eating. So what I'm saying is, I don't really like to wait too long for the results. I drink. So let me see if business will happen while I'm still on the program. And I mean, lately, I hope my mother is watching. Mommy, I know you brought me up better. You understand? Anyway, folks, so the gap is back. Alright? And organize all the business side. Okay. Alright. And the sentiments expressed is that of the manufacturers and the sellers and so, right? Good. So, Olia, we're moving on. How we looking for time, boy? Okay, so we're going again. Now, the next thing while we on that, we have to tell you what's happening in Trinidad and Tobago with regards to the give me the, you know what I mean? Now, here's what. Trinidad may very well be heading towards the decriminalization of marijuana. And it may be even happening sooner than you think. So we had the Attorney General there talking about the whole business people. So they are joining the conversation about business. Let's join the CMC3 for that report.
Legislators seem to be finally complying with reggae artist Peter Tosh's 1976 debut single.
Madam President, it's anticipated that the legislation to address the issue of the decriminalization of marijuana should be certainly laid and dealt with in this House in the period of the first half of 2019.
But the decriminalization of the use of this classed dangerous drug may be a welcome move for many. But for Trinidad-born cannabis pioneer Douglas Gordon, June is a long time away, especially for an industry in persistent evolution. Speaking with CNC3, Mr. Gordon says, quote, "It's a very positive step, and while I applaud government, it does not end here. It may start with legislation, but what about the regulatory framework? What guidelines are in place to monitor businesses? The truth is there are so many delays along the way. But given the incredible discovery showing how this plant improves people's lives, access to medication needs to start next week. Local activist Marcus Ramkisoon could not agree more.
If you're allowing any amount of personal possession, whether it be 1 gram, 2 ounces, anything of this nature, you'd have to justify somewhere the means of where the person would be able to access the cannabis. So therefore you would then allow the person to grow 2 or 4 plants or something like this. So you justify, where it's coming from.
Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi says there would be sufficient consultation before any moves are made.
Having announced as a government our intention to treat with this issue, apart from writing to people, we've had many people come to us for the point, which is why we intend to collate the information, address it in a public consultation across Trinidad and Tobago so that we have the widest form of understanding of this particular topic.
The cannabis researcher, however, tells us he hopes the AG's commitment doesn't wither down to an election ploy.
After this, they say they want to do consultations. And if that's going to happen in the first half of next year, even if it happens in March next year, February next year, we're still looking at a number of consultations, public consultations. That might take us right up to the election period.
Urvashi Tawarab Narayan, CNC3.
Yeah, boy. So let's see how that works, right? Where's Grenada on that conversation again? All right, let me leave that up. There seems to be a situation brewing in Dominica where police would have sprayed tear gas. Yes, they would have used tear gas against its citizens who were at the time conducting some form of protest action. Now, according to a report, there are peaceful quote-unquote protesters from the Concerned Citizen Movement, the CCM, demanding electoral reform before the next national election, were gassed by Dominica's Parliamentary Special Services Unit, the SSU, on Saturday. The report says that the CCM was protesting the purchase of votes, the free air transport given to expats so that they can come to vote for the incumbent Labour Party candidates and the Prime Minister, and the awarding of short-term jobs to voters to secure their loyalty. Folks, check out how this situation escalated.
They tell you, that on Monday we will be again here. But at this point, we will be here from around 9 o'clock on Monday. At this point, I will allow the president of the CCM to give us his final words, and then we will be discussing on our own. We will be making our way home. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We are now free to go, but we will be on Monday. We will be back here on Monday. We will. Lofty! Send your tear gas, but we will be back here on Monday. We will be back here. Look at that. So they burst your gas. Oh my. Marlin, let's go. Come. We will be back here on Monday. The police, ladies and gentlemen, is abusing the power. And we are going to make an official statement, ladies and gentlemen, to the United Nations. That is what we have in government.
The group of people seem to have been, more on the elderly side than anything else. Based on the video observations, they were there and they were just protesting, talking about things that they would like to see happening. And then you would have heard from the distance tear gas being shot that would have broken up the meeting that seemed to have been on its way ending, by the way. Yes, and so that has sparked outrage, not by only members of the group and by members who were at the time protesting, but by some citizens. This is an excerpt from one of the citizens who took to social media about the issue.
This just cannot and should not continue to happen. Here am I sitting at my home looking at the live coverage of a live protest action in Dominica on Saturday afternoon at about 4:31, when, for whatever reasons, I guess good or bad, or justified or unjustified, the police of the state of Dominica dislodged tear gas on the people of Dominica. Now, I was looking with my very eyes, and I was hearing too. So probably what was happening, which warranted the use of tear gas on the people of Dominica, was out of the screen of the lens or out of my hearing. It had to have been very, very grievous and serious, because the police of the state used tear gas to disperse the crowd of people. And I cannot understand why. Somebody will have to explain to me, and even after I get an explanation, I would still need some justification why the law has to be so brutal on our people. I mean, what did Dominicans do to merit tear gas? I saw a child in her or his father's arms receiving a tear gas canister. Now, of course I'm outraged, but this cannot continue to happen. What has happened to the Dominica that I grew up in?
And that was one of the citizens. Now, asking for an explanation as to what happened, I stumbled up on a video clip, an audio with a picture of what it believes to be the commissioner of police there explaining the rationale behind breaking up and using tear gas on the protest.
It is established in law the process by which protest action can be held lawfully. The Public Order Act, Chapter 1501 of the Laws of Dominica, 1990, speaks of the way that persons interested in holding lawful protest action can have protest action when a request is made for permission to hold a protest action and is permitted by the Chief of Police. That is so because Section 11 of the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Dominica speaks about the rights and privileges of members of the public to go about their lawful business unhindered and undisturbed. The leaders of the concerned citizen movement know very well that they must apply to the Chief of Police for permission to hold a lawful protest action or demonstration as stipulated under the Public Order Act, Chapter 1501 of the Laws of Dominica, 1990. The Chief of Police did not receive any requests from the concerned citizen movement to hold protest action on Saturday, December 15, 2018, and on Sunday, December 17, 2018. These protest actions were unlawful. They had no permission to hold protest action. The Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force is obliged by law to ensure that the citizens and visitors to the country go about their business undisturbed, unhindered, and the police force must protect the life of the citizens and visitors and also to protect property. The police force acted lawfully in dispersing the crowd because it was an unlawful protest action. I am warning the leaders and people involved in the concerned citizen movement who are organizing these protest actions that they must follow the procedures as stipulated by law Following the lawful action of the police, there is a posting that I read on social media which seems to be threatening the lives of police officers, including a senior police officer. It would be a huge mistake to attack any police officer or the family of any police officer. I hope it doesn't happen. But if it does, Lord forbid, whoever contemplated and carried out the act will face dire consequences.
Thank you very much, folks. And that was an excerpt found online which states that it is the voice of the Commissioner of Police there. It has been shared by many reputable media organizations in Dominica. All right, folks, what we're going to do right now is take a quick break. Thanks for your loyalty as we continue with the program tonight. When we come back, we've got a very interesting national report ahead. Stay tuned.
Deals of Christmas at Cots, December 17th to 24th. Enjoy huge savings each and every day. Shop at Cots for the lowest prices, widest range, and last-minute gift ideas. Plus, shop from the Cots Christmas wish list at the main branch from 4 to 6 p.m. daily for products starting at just $50. 8 deals of Christmas. Get what you need this season. Only at Cots. Cots, bringing value home.
We listened to what you had to say and tore up the old rules because losing what you paid for is just wrong. Now, lost data and talk are a thing of the past. Only Digicel gives you unlimited rollover data and talk. Just buy and renew your QuickPick bundle before it expires and keep what's rightfully yours. Never lose what you don't use. Go to My Digicel app to bundle up and roll over today. Digicel.
Experience convenient and affordable learning with online and blended higher education programs from the UWI Open Campus. Access our quality-assured degrees, diplomas, and continuing and professional education programs at a pace designed to suit your lifestyle. Ask about our prior learning assessment, which credits previous learning experience and fast-tracks the completion of your degree. Own your future. Apply today. For more information, visit www.open.uwi.edu. The UWI Open Campus, opening doors to life-changing learning.
It is often referred to as the biggest night of the year, Old Year's Night. And this year, we head to Spice Basket for a night of melody. Get ready. As Island Productions presents straight out of Trinidad, the melodic Baron. Baron. Baron alongside Grenada's very own Shopri. Shopri. I love it. One night, 2 artists, 2 bands, 1 great occasion. Melody. Get your limited $60 tickets now from Mitchell's Health and Wellness, Excel Plaza and Spice and more. Gittins Pharmacy, Grandans, St. George's and Granville. Canadian Optical, Grandans and St. George's. Unified Caribbean, Esplanade Mall. Maryland Shop, Bellevue. Licks and Bites and Kelly's Hotspot, St. John. Shy's Bar and Pierre's Barber Shop, St. Mark. The Big Line Bar, St. Patrick. Maxie's Bar Park, St. Andrew, Buy Smart Supermarket, the St. David's Pharmacy, SOG Food, St. David. The event that celebrates the old and kicks off the new year with Melody. Baron.
All right, folks, so here's what's happening now. It is time for the National Report.
Government repeals and amends various financial legislation to maintain international good standing. Details to this story and more coming up in the National Report. Welcome back with the details to the news for today, Wednesday, December 19th. I am Wendy Edmond. Parliamentarians in Grenada have repealed and amended various pieces of legislation as part of efforts to ensure that the country maintains compliance with standards enforced by the European Union and the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Grenada, like other islands in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union and the world, have been seeking to conform to the new standards to avoid being blacklisted. Global standards instituted by the OECD seek to promote integrity in the global tax system by reducing tax evasion, tax avoidance, money laundering, and terrorist financing. An assessment of Grenada by the EU Code of Conduct Group for Business Taxation found that 6 of the country's tax regimes are considered harmful in that they offer incentives such as income tax exemptions to companies that are not domiciled in Grenada. In other words, they are seen as offering preferential tax treatment to non-residents, which is considered a discriminatory practice. Although the laws in question are not popularly practiced, to address the findings and ensure compliance with international practices, government therefore moved to repeal the International Companies Act, the International Insurance Act, and the Offshore Banking Act.
Mr. Speaker, various countries, including our OECS neighbors, were found to be deficient with respect to the criteria that was set out. And as a result, Mr. Speaker, many countries made high-level commitment to either amend or to abolish requisite regimes by December 31st, 2018. Mr. Speaker, under the International Companies Act, entities receive preferential arrangements and incentives, which of course renders them much more favorable than that of local entities. And as such, Mr. Speaker, the playing field is not one that is even with respect to resident companies and non-resident companies.
Additionally, at Wednesday's sitting of Parliament, the International Trust Bill was also amended to prohibit the creation of any new trust after December 31st this year, while preserving pre-existing ones. While parliamentarians supported the repeal and amendment of the various pieces of legislation out of necessity to maintain international compliance, they highlighted the unfairness of the assessments and affirmed that the taxes practiced are only deemed harmful because they facilitate the north to south flow of capital, which goes contrary to what has traditionally taken place.
As soon as you start to be competitive, then they start to exert pressure on you. They tell you we must diversify. We have taken a decision, this is the route to go. Attract foreign companies to do business. And then we are told that we have to change the law and abolish this international business that we want to set up to aid in the development of our economy. And then they will start to attack the CBI program and say it's harmful too, and so we must get rid of it. Where are we using the CBI revenue to transform the economy? We have a National Transformation Fund, and we have due diligence and everything is in place, but they will find some way of telling you that you have to change and you have to get rid of it, as though small island developing states cannot manage its own affairs.
Chairman of the Government's Pension Engagement Committee, Honorable Oliver Joseph, is hopeful that there can be an amicable settlement to ongoing pension negotiations with public sector trade unions and staff associations. Speaking at Wednesday's seating of Parliament, Minister Joseph expressed the hope that the spirit of the Christmas season will extend to the negotiating table and the two sides can reach agreement on pension reform. Minister Joseph said the government has honored its commitment to restore pension, paying more than $7 million to 56 workers earlier this year. He added that there must now be a genuine commitment to pension reform by both parties.
Let us work on a solution bearing these parameters in mind. And I think once we have that common understanding, we could arrive. Because if you go to come to the table and say, well, we want any formula that you put forward, you must have 25% in it. And you're not prepared to move, then we will not reach a solution. But I am hopeful, especially in this season of Christmas, that goodwill will prevail and that we can have an amicable solution when we resume after the Advent season.
Minister Joseph also reiterated that any pension agreement will commit the state and not just the government of the day to honoring the agreement. Therefore, it must be affordable and sustainable and must not break the provisions of the Fiscal Responsibility Act. The minister also noted that the trade unions and staff associations have not capitalized on the offer to sit with the Ministry of Finance staff to examine the figures that would help inform the negotiation process.
The government side of it invited the unions and staff association to meet with the Ministry of Finance staff, to look at the books, to look at the figures. They can bring any expert they want with them. Surprisingly, they have not taken up the offer. It's the first time in a negotiation you know with the employer asking the union to come and examine the books with them. Because you think there is a privilege that you want to go and sit with the Ministry of Finance staff, go through all the numbers. You can bring any expert you want to advise you. And instead they are asking the same Ministry of Finance to provide them with more and more data.
Noting that it's the first time in negotiations where the employer has offered free examination of the books, he believes it's a privilege that should have been taken advantage of. However, the unions have requested that government model various scenarios and provide these to them in addition to the raw economic data already provided. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Merry Christmas from the Government Information Service, Channel 22.
Welcome back. Education Minister Honorable Emmeline Pear, Minister for Trade Honorable Oliver Joseph, and other government officials met with representatives of various churches on Tuesday. The aim to strengthen the working relationship between the religious community and the Ministry of Religious Affairs. Details from Annette Moore.
We do recognize that there is an important role that you play, and we do have to work hand in hand with you as a Ministry of Education, Human Resource and Religious Affairs to help us as a ministry to realize and fulfill our mission and our responsibilities.
The Education Minister briefed the religious leaders of her progress with stakeholder consultations and her hopes for what will transpire in 2019.
Of those dialogues that took place was to actually sit at the ministry and put together a short-term plan, a 2-year plan that would inform the way forward as it relates to education. I am very strong of the conviction of the view that if we're going to make a difference in education in Grenada, we cannot do so without spiritual intervention.
The minister called on the religious community to play a greater role in education.
So the question is, where you have a school that is a quote-unquote Catholic or Anglican or Methodist, what have you, school, are we happy with what is happening in terms of the relationship between church and school and the operation and the functioning? We have to review that. Is there a greater role outside of management?
Acknowledging the critical role the school counselors play, the minister also reached out to the religious community for their unique guidance by way of counseling.
That sometimes there's counseling that is necessary at another level, a different dimension. And the question is, do we have counselors within the church communities that can make more of a spiritual intervention in the counseling that is taking place within our schools?
The minister also provided updates on previously discussed issues with the religious leaders and solutions implemented, such as criteria for setting up a church, national development, and other matters.
As a government, we should provide the information, right, that the church can make an informed decision on important national issues.
Members of the audience were also permitted to pose questions, and they received relevant feedback. For the National Report, I'm Annette Moore.
Recapping the headline, government repeals and amends various financial legislation to maintain international good standing. That was a look at the National Report for today, Wednesday, December 19th, 2018. On behalf of all of us in the newsroom, I am Wendy Edmond, thanking you for joining us.
Alrighty, very much. Thank you very much, Wendy, and everyone else who were responsible for the National Report, folks. That's as far as we can go. We have exhausted most of our time. And before we leave, let's say hello to Shireen, Nikki, Wendy Ann, Spice Girl, Kireen, Betty, Nika, Ezran. We also have Abigail. We have Suzette with us. We have Clesdale. We have Natalie. We have as well with us. Let me see, Naomi, Trevelyn, you know, the usual suspects now. Angela, Daria, Asha, and you know who you are, Khadija, and so Kevin is with us as well, okay? So folks, Pardona, big up yourself too. So God bless you and your family, and we're looking forward to another interesting program. Tomorrow we have Patsy with us as well. We have Allah with us, the ambassador. We have Melly, and did I say Angel? Yes, I said Angel and Esther, right? So folks, have yourselves a good one. We're going to come back with another program for you tomorrow. A lot of things that we are working on for you, all right? We want to say as well, thank you for viewing to the folks on WPG10. We're talking about channel 10, and 11. And before we go, folks, I almost forgot. Before we go, how could I? We have the hot list. So the various persons need to call the number. The number is 405-8227. That's 405-8227. Numbers from the list are disappearing. You understand? So still, Christopher Rodney. Sorry, that's Crystal again. Crystal Rodney. Of Grand Bras St. Andrew. Please call the number. Omega Antoine of Mali, St. David, or Mondeli, St. George. Please call the number. Misha Duncan of Douglaston, St. John, call the number. Travis Noel, Grand Anse, or Lamode, St. George, call the number. Joshua Wilson of Moncraven, St. Patrick, call the number. Dean Braveboy, Frequente, St. George. Shakira McSween, Frequente, St. George. Renisha Regis Lamode of Molyneux, St. George. Urban George Sharp, Tebayed, St. David. Philip Batiste, Mardi Gras, St. George. Dwayne Raj Jerome, Tempe, St. George. Christopher Beggs, Felix Park, St. Andrew. Kimberly Simon, Happy Hill, St. George. Kenny Francis, St. Paul, St. George. And Cyril McQueen, Currit, St. David. Now, Olia, you're asked to please call the number. And Olio, don't call me. Call the number. People calling me. Or they're calling me, huh? You know what I mean? Don't call me name. Okay? Alright, okay. And, okay, so Kenny Francis is no longer on the list, alright? Kenny Francis's name is no longer on the list from St. Paul's. So we delete him. Kenny, you're off the list. You know what I mean? So that's good. Kenny win business. Alright? But the other names, call the number. Hear the number again. Okay? 405-8227. If you have a friend on the list, call a friend and tell him call the number. Don't call me. Alright. Now, let's go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We all say, ja. No. Good night, everyone. We'll touch base tomorrow, God's willing.